Hi folks, I'm Jason and this is my daily vlog called Living with CMT. I hope you enjoy. Good evening folks, happy Wednesday to you all. As you're going to see from some videos coming up, the first video has some footage, well there's quite a few videos actually, 2 or 3 of them showing footage of the snow that we had this morning. And then also some footage of Deb walking the dog through our local cemetery in the snow. The reason I'm not in it is because it was treacherous underfoot, and like I've said before, me and snow don't go well. It's like watching Bambi on ice, trust me. So the next few videos coming up are about that. Now, the other thing I'm doing tonight, I don't know whether to say brave or stupid, but a while ago I decided in my infinite wisdom to write a small stand-up comedy routine, only a few minutes. Now, you won't see me because I'm only going to use my voice. You're just going to hear it if you want to listen. If you don't want to listen, it's probably going to be the third section of me vlog today. So if you want to skip through it, feel free. The reason being, I've always liked stand-up comedy. I'm not sure I'd be any good at it, to be honest with you. I can make people laugh, don't get me wrong. I've always been a bit of a comedian, a bit of a joker. And years ago, me and a friend of mine, Ian Maddock, we were once told that we should have started a double act because we were both as funny as each other and we used to bounce off each other a bit, Morecambe and Wise and Two Ronnies, a bit like that, you know. Obviously, we went to separate ways because he stayed down in Stoke. I moved up to Blackpool. He went with somebody, I'm with somebody, blah, blah, blah. So we went our separate ways. We're still mates, don't get me wrong. But I often wondered what would have happened if we'd have started our double act. It would have been quite funny, actually, see how far we could have got. I like watching comedians, stand-up comedians. I'm not really a great lover of modern stand-up comedians, I must admit. There's the odd one or two I like. Lee Evans, even though now I know he doesn't do it no more. Billy Connolly, who was definitely one of my favourites. I used to watch him quite a lot, and I've also got a lot of his stand-up concerts. I've got quite a few of them. But you'll have to have a look and you'll have to have a listen and see what you think. Obviously, there's no laughter in it because you can't really put laughter in when you've only ever written it yourself. So, see what you think. Well, this is for those people that doubt that it ever snows in Blackpool. Here we have it. Look, proper snow coming down. Quite heavy actually, as you can see. Decking's white, everywhere's white, and it's coming down heavy, it really is, and the sky is full of it. It really is full of it. I can see that being in for quite some time. It doesn't look like it's got rain in it this time. Normally when we have this it's got rain in it and it doesn't stick, but as you can see we have a completely white decking at the moment, and it's going to get a lot worse. So yeah, that's the weather for today. That is why I'm going nowhere. Too slippy underfoot for me. That's the lot. I can even feel it's running down my sleeve. I shall leave it there. I've done 1 minute of footage. Stand Up and Be Counted, a short stand-up routine by Jason Cotton. Hi there everyone, thanks for welcoming me. As you just heard, my name is Jason Cotton. Now you know me, it's time to know you. So after 3, just shout out your names. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Brilliant, 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 thank you. And now, after another 3, if you shout out the PIN number you use on your bank card, only slower this time, just one at a time, because I've got a pen and pencil. Anyway, it's good to be here, and it's nice to have a break from my usual routine of trying to find something to watch on TV. See, I remember when you only had 4 channels to watch, and you've only had to find something on one of them, and now you've got over 250. And to be honest, it's still a pile of garbage. If you take the other night, Saturday it was, or was it Sunday? Anyway, it doesn't really matter because the same programmes are on both nights. Anyway, I had the choice of either X Factor or Downton Abbey. So there I was with the ultimate choice. Did I want to watch a bunch of old fogies in ridiculous costumes talk a load of strange dialect, or did I want to watch Downton? Anyway, I couldn't decide, so instead I did something I haven't done for a while. It's something we all like to do occasionally. Have you noticed how the man looked at the women there? It's something we like to do, but it always leaves us feeling disappointed afterward, with nothing but memories of when it used to last longer than it does now. Yes, you guessed it, I dug out my photo album. Why, what did you think I meant? Ooh, shame on you, shame on you. No, I love looking through the old pics of me when I was a child. I've got such memories, such hairstyles actually, such good thoughts. The only thing I have to ask is, why were we always made to wear such god-awful clothes? I mean, come on, Mum, there was only me and Rupert Bear that kept my trousers fashionable. I was the only kid in my school, probably my county actually, who used to go to school in bright checkered trousers. I mean, one pair's bad enough, but I had a whole wardrobe full. I had green checks, red checks, blue checks. I should have torn them up and put them back together. I could have made an absolute fantastic fashion breakthrough. I could imagine it. Hey, here comes Jason. Here he is, the kid with the rainbow checkered trousers, fashionable. Yay. Anyway, I'm surprised I haven't been sued in the past by either parents or the children themselves for retinal damage caused by how bright my trousers were. I used to look like I'd been for a round of golf before attending school. I think it was because of that every child in my school walked around with a pair of sunglasses round the neck just in case the sun caught my trousers wrong and blinded them. Ah, my eyes, quick, here comes Cotton. But I will be honest, this wasn't the only fashion faux pas that my mum made. I was also the king of the tank top. Oh man, does that bring back memories. I used to lie to the younger kids in our street and tell them that my mum was in the process of making me a jumper and she'd run out of wool. It worked, sometimes. Another of the little aberrations in the fashion department consisted of t-shirts with stories on them. I kid you not. I would be walking down the street and people I knew would stop me. They'd read the first part of whatever cartoon strip was on the front of my shirt, and then they'd either spin me round or ask me to turn round so they could read the back. I was the only child in my street who wasn't fazed by revolving doors because I was used as one so many times, you know. Of course, wearing glasses, or spectacles to be modern, opened me up for all sorts of problems. It was bad enough they were the thickness of the bottom of jam jars. They were also the ones with the metal wire that bent round the back of your ear. I can see the nods, so I'm glad I'm not the only one. The problem was that they were either too loose and they kept falling off whenever you made any slight head movement, or they were that tight that they cut off circulation to your ears and you looked like you'd just stepped in front of a blizzard. This also contorted your face to make you look like you'd just been bitten. You were just bitten down on the tines of a fork. Sometimes they cut the feeling off that bad, I had to keep reaching up and checking if my ears were still there. Well, with us being fairly poor, I'll get to this in a minute, we always managed with the old adage, care and repair. The problem is, I was a child, always messing about, doing stupid things. Are you getting there? Yeah, you guessed it. I was always breaking my glasses. Well, what's the best way to make glasses last when you can't afford new ones? Correct again, care and repair. Which is why in my case, and it meant sellotape. I hate sellotape, and I think I know why, actually. I used to see it all the time. If I looked left, sellotape. If I looked right, sellotape. And even occasionally on the bloody bridge of my glasses. I used to have nightmares about being wrapped in sellotape, so only my glasses were left showing, and they were covered in sellotape too. By the time they'd been repaired several times, not only were they about a foot above my ears with the thickness, but they were also that bound that I had opaque vision because some of it was actually on the glass. It was like looking through a pair of binoculars that had been set for someone else's vision. It were a nightmare. I just couldn't wake up from it. So to this day, I still sweat when I hear the dreaded word sellotape. The thing about me, though, was that I used to have trouble with my balance. I've got terrible balance issues. I know, looking at me and seeing the way I stand here without a hint of unbalance. The sticker's for effect, so ignore that. The whiskey's medicinal, so ignore that too. Well, the problem about having a bad balance issue as a kid is that everyone used to emphasise it. I couldn't get through a PE lesson without the teacher bringing it subtly to everyone's attention. He'd wait until I was far enough away from him for maximum effect. 2 of the fittest and sportiest kids would be selected as captains, and they would have to pick players for their team. I was always last picked, which I didn't mind. I didn't mind that. But the teacher used to stand there with a smirk on his face and say, "Don't worry, whoever gets cotton can have a 3-goal head start." Or if it was cricket, a 49-run head start. I wish he'd just said, if you get cotton, then the other team gets the legs cut off at the knees, just to make it even. Even in primary school, I remember being entered in almost every race. Not because I had a chance, but it was so the other parents could be well entertained and have a good laugh each time I fell. The sadistic bees even used to make me do the egg and spoon race, which is difficult enough when your balance is good. And, wait for it, the 3-legged race. I felt more sorry for the poor sod who'd ended up tied to me for 100 yards. He would have been hoping to win the race and get lots of kisses off his joyful and tearful mum. The only kisses he would get that day were him kissing the soil every time I tripped, and he didn't get his hands up in time. But school for me, it was a time of joy. I was happy when it was time to go home, happy at weekends and happy at holidays. Except when we came back from them and had to do the usual essay, what I did during the school holidays. First, there would be the rich kids, because there were 1 or 2 strays, you know. I went to Spain with my mum and dad. We had a brilliant time sitting in the sun and swimming all afternoon on the beach. At night, mum and dad would take us for something to eat, and then we would go to bed while they made strange noises in the night. Rich kids all tend to be naive. I've no idea why. Then it would be the not so rich, but not poor kids. We went to Blackpool and had a go on the donkeys. Dad tried, but the donkey started to sag in the middle and he had to get off. We went in the arcades on the 2p machines and I won 20p. My mum said my dad was a magician because every time he walked down the street in Blackpool, he turned into a pub. Not quite as naive, and he always looked surprised when some of the kids laughed as they didn't realise it was an adult humour line. And then there was me. I was thrown out every morning at 9 a.m. and given a plastic container with sandwiches and diluted orange. I used to go across the golf course and steal the golf balls and then attempt to sell them to other golfers. I loved watching Minder with my dad and had learned some very dodgy deals. I would then find a safe place in the field and using a branch I'd snapped off a tree, I would find some nice soft mud and spend the afternoon flicking it all at the washing that was hung in the backyards of our streets. Somehow I never got a round of applause like the other kids. That was just me having a little go at doing a bit of a stand-up routine. I never finished it, to be perfectly honest with you. I was going to, and then I changed my mind. But that's going to go down with my history, I think. But it was good fun while I did it. I enjoyed it, you know. It was just something new. Not done a lot today. Like I said, it's been too cold. So it's been mainly a case of staying in and keeping my hands warm because they've been absolutely frozen all day. I haven't been able to do any writing because my fingers just, they won't function on the keys and I can't hold the mouse properly and my headset's a bit knackered, so I couldn't even talk into my computer. But yeah, like I say, it's mainly been about staying warm. A bit of good football news last night was that Man City lost to Newcastle, which I was not expecting, I must admit. I'm just hoping Liverpool don't balls it up tonight now against Leicester. Because if we win that, we're 7 points clear. And at this stage of the season, coming up to the start of February, that's a good lead. Not bad at all. Not bad. Anyway, I'm not doing anything else today. Last night I finished off with watching the 2 Ronnies, some more of them. I'm finished season 3 now and started season 4. And I'll see what happens from there. You all take care. I'll do another video tomorrow. Thank you for watching my daily vlog. I hope it was informative and interesting. If you like what I'm doing, then you can subscribe to my channel by clicking there. And if you want to see exactly what I was talking about yesterday, you can look up there. Bye for now.